Good afternoon, everybody. This is our mic check. If you can hear us, go ahead and give us a thumbs up so that we'll know that you can see us and that you can hear us. We will start promptly at 3 o'clock.
Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well today. Beautiful day outside. I'm Ted Rumley. I'm chairman of our Dade County Commission. I want to go ahead and give you some updates here. I'll start as I've been doing with the little only storm that we've had and how we're doing on cleanup. The DOT, we were notified this morning they're going to be here at least through Wednesday, which is great news for us. I think they pulled one crew out, but we still have several men here working other trucks and equipment, and we're working right alongside with Billy and our men too, so that's really helping us out a lot. Even after that, we still got several months probably of cleanup behind that, as I mentioned yesterday. So, as you pull that to the road, we'll be picking those up. The Cloud and Canyon went smooth this weekend. It was fairly dead yesterday. They were kind of busy. The weather was kind of up and down. It did go pretty smooth. Still had a lot of people, but nothing like normal, like the past 3 weeks or 3 weekends. So that's a good thing. Georgia Power, they are still doing turn-ons for people that are getting their masks put back up and getting ready for the wire to be tied in from the pole over. The actual, I may have said this yesterday, I'm not sure. I think someone called me and asked me about this morning, but Georgia Power, they get the main trunk line up, and then of course most people's lines were down. Also, a lot of them were down from the pole to the house, and a lot of them are just rolled up. So your responsibility is actually on the outside where the meter base is at. And if it's going underground, that's one thing. But if it's coming up, your mask and all needs to be up, and that's when we come in and we do the inspection. We sticker it, and then we send it directly to Georgia Power, and then they come turn your power on. For some reason, one of the inspections we did Saturday, they're just now turning it on probably as we speak. I talked to them a little while ago, and that was down on South Highway 11, and that's just they're just so swamped, as far as what they're doing. But they are finishing up here. So if you have an inspection that you need done, call us. It doesn't matter if it's this evening or tonight. We'll get a sticker on it and we'll get it into them, and they can get it turned back on. But I'd say 99% of the people right now in our county, if not just a little more, they do have their power turned back on. Our brush pickup, as I mentioned, GDOT, it's going pretty smooth. I do want to remind you that try to watch out for our trucks, their trucks, and try to kind of yield the right of way. Try to be understanding. If they've got a roadblock, they won't have it long, but just don't get upset. And we appreciate that. We do have our homeowner. We do have the construction permits here for the people that are coming in, or commercial, the people that are either roofers or whether it's plumbers or whatever. If you're coming in here from out of state or whatever, and want to work, we need you to come by here and get a sticker to go on there. It's just a precaution we're doing, just like we did during the tornadoes. So make sure these people are legitimate and they are licensed and bonded in case something were to happen there. And also, we don't want them to take your money and go, because a lot of people that come in on a tornado, we had several people come in, they wanted half the money up front. A lot of people paid them, some people paid them, and then they were gone and never came back. So that's just to verify that these people are who they say they are. Appreciate all the volunteers this weekend. Even yesterday, we had a lot of people that came in and volunteered, and I know the people out there that they've helped sure appreciate it. I mean, I've seen a lot of tears, a lot of people that really appreciated the help, and really were surprised that people came in. A lot of church groups came in out of South Georgia and different parts of Georgia, and even Tennessee. There was people in here and Alabama, so we do appreciate that. I want to remind you that President Kemp will be on at 4 o'clock. That'll be televised on Evans Station. Also, it'll be on Georgia Public Television if you have cable or charter or Spectrum, and also on the radio if you if you just want to listen to it on your radio if you're traveling or whatever around. Just do that. So I'll go ahead and go into. It's pretty important to listen to this too, because he's probably going to go in, from what I understand. He's going to go into the opening up again, the actual April 30th deadline, and exactly what's going to happen, after that, and what he's going to actually let go back to normal, or try to go back to normal. So if you've listened to any of them, try to listen to this one today at 4, because it's we're getting to the end of that. The months went by pretty quick. April 30th is just around the corner. Also, this right here, I mentioned this yesterday, and you can download this. Kerry, have you got this? What site where they can go on and get that on our? This is, if you can see this is the thing I was talking about yesterday. This is the President's guidelines to opening up America again, and it's really interesting. If you don't copy it like this, you can just go through it and read it, but it's really interesting to what he, and I think the governors met this morning with him on a teleconference, from what I understand. And I'm sure this is what they talked about, among other things. But he's going to actually, that's how the whole United States is going to come back in to being as close to normal as we can. And I think a lot of the governors will probably go by this guidelines. So it's really interesting reading, if you're going to get this. I'll go ahead and end with our report from our COVID-19 numbers. Fortunately, we stayed the same in Dade. I'm knock on wood, we're hanging in there on that. But Georgia has 18,947 confirmed cases. That's up from 18,301. So they did go up some since yesterday. The 8 in Dade County, we're not really sure how many of those. We know that some of them have probably recovered and already back at work. We can't get that. They're not sharing that with us because of the privacy. So we're giving you everything that we've got to tell you from our state authority, which was our state health department. So, but we do still have 8, and we know one of those is deceased, and so we're not sure, really how many, as I said yesterday and the day before, how many actually are truly here in Dade County, because they could be anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world, as long as they've got this address. When they actually test positive and they ID those people, if they say they live here in Dade County anywhere, that's where they're locked in at. So if we were to come up with this, I promise you we will share that with you. We have 15 in Walker. They stayed the same. Catoosa County, they went up from 19 to 21. Chattooga County, they stayed the same. Whitfield County, they went from 43 to 44. Floyd County, 122 to 123. That's only 1. That's really good for a county that size, and Whitfield too. Gordon County went from 64 to 67. Bartow went up from 248 to 250, and that's still going up, but that's really great for those big counties right there. That shows that they're kind of leveling off a little bit. We still have 266 counties that people out there that test positive that are unknown. Their addresses are unknown at this time, and as I said before, we could be one of them. Walker could be one. Well, they could have several people out there that are in the unknown counties or unknown addresses. Totally, we have 733 deaths. That's up from 687 yesterday. That's statewide. Moving to Tennessee. Tennessee has 7,070 confirmed cases. That's up from 6,762. We have 116 in Hamilton County. And this is what's really kind of odd, and I'm hopefully Georgia will start releasing these, because just today we have the recovered cases in these counties. It would be good to have these in ours, because it would be definitely, we would know how many out of that 8 have recovered. Don't care about their names, but we would know whether they recovered and back at work. Hamilton County has 116, which they stayed the same as yesterday. Out of those, 58 have recovered and are back in normal life. 12 of those are deceased. Marion County, they stayed the same at 28. Out of those 28, 20 have recovered and are back into normal life. They only have one deceased. Grundy County has 25. They stayed the same. Out of those 25, 19 have recovered. They're back in the workforce, or back doing their normal life. They do have one deceased in that. Sequatchie County has 3. They stayed the same. 2 of those have recovered. Midge County, they stayed the same. They're at 3, and 2 out of 3 have recovered. 37 in Bradley County. 33 out of those 37 have recovered. They only had one deceased. Totally in Tennessee, they have 148 deaths, and that's up from 145 yesterday. Alabama, their local counties, adjoining counties, they have 4,982 confirmed cases. That's up from 4,792 yesterday. Jackson County, which touches us here on our boundary, they stayed the same at 38. And DeKalb County had 40 yesterday, and now they have 43. And they do not, they're not posting their recovered. So, but hopefully in the next few days they'll start releasing these recovered cases, and you can really see in reality, how many people we've got that really are here in Dade County or Walker or whatever, and that are here that still has it. Kira, we got any questions? Anyone? Okay. I just want to be sure that you tune in or try to get to the radio and listen to our governor's address at 4 o'clock. As I said a while ago, it's going to be pretty important, because we're getting close to that April 30th deadline. And if you possibly can, go online and read this, the guidelines to opening up America again. This is put out by the federal government, and it's really good reading. If you have any questions, you can call my cell phone, or get with Carrie here online. 667-8999 is my cell phone, 423, or you can call any of our commissioners. We'll be glad to talk to you, and if we don't know the answer, we'll get the answer for you. Carrie, is there anything I'm forgetting? I've got everything here, but it seemed like it was something. Oh yeah, well I did. On the permits, we do have the permits here. It's a real quick, little paperwork. It won't take you long to do that. But if you need the permits, work permits or whatever, just come to the front out here and share here in the office or whatever. They come up and help you. It's just a real quick process. And but we appreciate everyone working with us. Been a long few weeks here, but just hang in there. We've got 2 terrible things here on us, on our back, and hopefully we're coming out of this tornado thing and get that kind of behind us, or at least get it kind of leveled out, and hopefully we'll get on with life here before too long with this virus. So we'll be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock. If you got any questions, please call, and we'll do what we can to help you. Thank you so much.